CBS News senior national security contributor Michael Morell was acting and deputy director of the CIA. He joins us from Washington this morning. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff.
So a hydrogen bomb, as has been noted, is much more dangerous, much more powerful. First of all, do you believe it was a hydrogen bomb? And if it is, should we be surprised?
Jeff, this was about 10 times stronger than the previous tests. Hydrogen bombs are typically 10 to 100 times stronger than an atomic bomb, so it's at the lower end. Our intelligence community will be able to determine whether it was a hydrogen bomb. Probably too early, though, to say with certainty.
But would you be surprised if it is at this point?
No, Jeff, not at all. The U.S. intelligence community has been all over this program for the last 25 years. The U.S. intelligence community discovered it in the early 1990s. We've been focused on it since. We've predicted accurately how it would evolve and why Kim Jong-un wanted to do this. So there isn't anything that we've seen in the last, I'd say, 5 years that has been a surprise. It's all been predictable.
We saw South Korea with a show of force right after, and now there's word from South Korea that North Korea may have an ICBM launch planned as well. How concerning is this escalation of tension in the region right now?
Dana, one of the things to remember is that most wars don't start with intent. Most wars start because people stumble into them. Mistakes are made. It's the way World War I started. So rising tension of the kind we've seen in the Korean Peninsula for the last 6 months is deeply concerning from that respect.
Mike, we heard Defense Secretary Mattis talking about military options. President Trump tweeted about economic consequences for countries that trade with North Korea and suggested that South Korea is appeasing the North. Is that a right approach?
Vlad, I think that the best approach here is the right words and the right actions. The right words are sober, right? It's keeping all options open. It's that we will defend our allies at all costs. We will protect ourselves. This is exactly what Jim Mattis said. Those are the right words. We shouldn't be threatening the North. In terms of actions, we should be ramping up the sanctions. We should be building our missile defense and that of South Korea and Japan, and we should make that known. We should conduct more missile defense tests. That's what we should be doing right now.
But Michael, let me just, if the approach has been sober for years and years, and they've continued this lurch towards the nuclear weapon, what prevents them from getting it? Are you just to assume that it's going to happen?
Jeff, I think at the end of the day, we face two choices. One is a military attack with devastating consequences and no guarantee of success. And the other is acceptance of where they are and where they're going with containment and deterrence. I think the latter makes the most sense. I think that's where we'll end up.
Michael Morell, thank you very much, as always, sir.
Welcome.